Hey guys, it's Carrie. Just wanted to kind of let you guys know a little bit about me and let you know about my why in life. Um, we all live in a world of distractions. There are unlimited activities floating around us at all times, and that can take our attention. Often, ones that scream the loudest win. It's a simple way to improve your life to discover your why. My why as a young child was that I didn't understand why I had gotten really sick and become paralyzed. And my little body had become crippled. My hands, my feet, my back. I was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. I often asked why I couldn't go play sports, why I couldn't go to friends' houses. I practically lived at Johns Hopkins Hospital and received countless hours of physical therapy to improve my deformities. As a young adult, I dealt with alcoholism, drug addiction, sexual, mental, and physical abuse, all while being juggled around. But yet, I still hadn't thought of my why in life. I knew at that time I surely didn't want anything that I had already experienced. I had goals. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to be a mentor to children that were less privileged. As I became an adult, I received my high school diploma, and that was something that no one else in my family had done yet. I was the oldest. I had to set an example for my younger siblings, and I did it. I overcame one of the biggest challenges at that stage in my life. Just out of high school, I chose to quickly move to an entire different part of the state, became a spouse of the United States Marine Corps, and then shortly later, I welcomed my amazing, beautiful baby girl into this world, who almost didn't get a chance to make it. She didn't breathe when she was born, and I wanted nothing more in the world to be her mommy, and I did just that. I always wanted to give the best for my daughter, and some may not think it's a tough job in the world, but it gave me the most joy. My daughter had become my why, and I embraced every moment teaching her all of the right things to show her how good mommies are. And little did I know, I wasn't living with my why, within my why in life. I didn't want that already for her. I had learned to make the best of it. At that time in my life, I lost my dad. He was my hero. He was a part of my heart that I can never be healed. My dad is not my biological father, but to me, he was the best role model that I could have asked for. No, he wasn't perfect, but when I was a young girl, he became my dad. When I was little, I remembered asking him if I could call him dad. I sat on his lap, and from that moment, I was a daddy's girl. But my dad quickly left this world 13 years ago to this day, and now he's in heaven watching down on my sisters and I. And at that moment is when my why changed. I knew I couldn't call on my dad for friendship advice, or relationship advice, or just to call my dad because I missed him. And I knew my current situation wasn't healthy, and my divorce was staring me in the face. When my daughter was about a year old, I met an amazing person who became the man of my dreams. He was my heart, my soul. He was the best role model that I could have ever asked for my daughter. And, for us to be around. My husband was my best friend. We laughed. We grew as young adults, and we made some amazing memories along our 10-year journey. He taught me what it was like to truly be loved, and yet I had failed myself in finding my why. Our journey within the Marine Corps had ended. I had, moved to uncharted territory to Connecticut. I was scared, I was lost, and I was expecting our baby boy. I had discovered after I moved that my marriage that was so perfect had been tainted. I was pregnant, I was lost, confused, and still trying to comprehend why I stayed in New England to raise my family. Then, after trying for 5 years with a struggling marriage, I decided to end my marriage and move back home to my state of Maryland, yet to begin another journey as a single parent. But yet my why hadn't been answered, and I had just lost my best friend. I was finally divorced for the second time in 2013, and I finally began my journey, so I thought, on my why. Of course, being the person I am, found love in all the wrong places, seeking that happy ever after. I had horrible relationships, I had a broken family, and yet my faith was still not a priority in my why. I chose to put God first and follow my heart and open up to the Lord. And I became active in my church, and I started to fill that void in my life that I was missing. I was happy, my career was going well, I had a perfect home for my family, and I was ready to find love again. Yet, I had this huge barrier and demon shielding me from the ultimate achievement in life, causing me to be depressed, hide secrets, and yet I was so happy to finally find that perfect soulmate. This time, I was making sure I was doing it all right. My kids and I were happy. We spent countless hours doing activities together and cherished some very special family moments that I had not put out as a priority in years. And that was my why in life at that time, was to spend time cherishing every moment with my children. And in all situations in life, we encounter and we learn valuable lessons. And during that time, I learned a lot of lessons. I dedicated myself to my family, putting my whole self, back into active status with my church again. My world was uplifted. I was anointed by the amazing sermons each week and utilized each week as a token of my lesson to instill with my children. I began getting my financial life organized, and I was finally seeing that amazing life that I always dreamed of and unfolding right before my eyes. I'd become whole again. I found my faith again. I was seeing the transformation in my children, and it was amazing. It was so uplifting. I wanted more. I wanted better. I wanted to be successful. And I finally found that new career, and at that very moment, my life had changed forever. I finally understood my why in life. It wasn't seeking the perfect relationship. It wasn't finding my future husband. Obviously, I gave up on those hobbies. I wasn't too good at that. It was it wasn't, being a cheer coach when I only had to be a mom. It wasn't being involved with every sport I ever wanted my kids to experience that I hadn't as a child. It was to be the best friend that I could be. It was to be a positive role model for my children. And it was ensuring that I was being held accountable for my children being first. It was ensuring that I was providing for my family to the best of my ability. And it was finding out what I was truly passionate about. And at that moment, I had found my why. I found it. My world was full of expectations that were placed by others, and also even harder on ones that were placed on myself. I was expected to be super mom. I was expected to be the mom that ran around and accomplished a myriad of different things every day at work and home. Once I finally started examining my own life, then did the lenses become clear on my why. I started asking myself, what was important to me? And as I stepped away from society's expectations and started focusing on refining my own instead, I started to see the gift that I had seen all these years. When I finally was able to do this, I could see the world from a whole different viewpoint, and I felt free to continue to improve in my life in any areas that truly mattered most. It can be easy to run through the maze of life without pausing, to think about its meaning. Think about it. Did all that work really even matter anyways? I have one live by motto that I go by and I recite it to myself every day. That is, you can't move forward in life looking through the rearview mirror. If you look through the mirror and you think for just 1 second, it's not going to be a proactive change to improve your why, then reevaluate yourself and hold yourself accountable for your why and choose another road along your travels. My why is to cherish every moment that I have with my children, instilling the best for them. I want to continue to learn valuable life lessons and continue to be proactive with each decision that I make. I choose to be dedicated I choose to be a loyal friend to those that surround my world. And even when I'm still in my darkest hours, I am so blessed to know that for this very short time that we share on earth, I still know where I was and where I am today. And I'm forever grateful for those who have helped me continue to become the person that I am today. I am so honored to have met each and every one of you, and this is my why in life. And this is why it is so important that I continue to be a mentor and a friend to my village. It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a village to raise the person that you've become today. My friends, that's all of you.